Prison, lockup, the clink. No matter what you call it, it's bad news. Someday you might find yourself headed up the river for 5 to 10 in the slammer. We don't know what you did, and we're not here to judge. We're just here to help you break your way out. This is Epic How To.
Epic How To.
Now, staying alive may sound like an obvious step in any situation, but jail is a pretty dangerous place, so let's talk the basics. First, keep to yourself. Anything you say to a guard could be used against you in court and end up saddling you with more prison time. And if other prisoners think you're a snitch, you're an instant target. And no one wants to be a snitch. Also, fellow inmates could be mentally ill or just plain having a bad day when they decide that your comments have offended them. And as this article from an ex-con points out, joining a gang is a bad idea. Now, you might get offers to join a gang in exchange for protection, but most violent crimes that occur inside prisons are committed by gang members against other gang members who are vying for power, putting you in the middle of the action, shank. But you shouldn't be a pacifist either. If someone threatens you, you have to fight back. Even if you get beat up, you'll be treated with respect in the future and won't be targeted as a weakling. Or worse. Now, of course, there are legal ways to get out of jail early, namely appeals and parole. According to the National Registry of Exonerations, there have been almost 1,500 convicts exonerated of their crimes on appeal since 1989. Of course, that's just a tiny drop in the bucket, considering America tops the world in number of citizens behind bars with over 2 million inmates. And judges generally only overturn sentences if there was a major error or some new evidence arises, as they don't want to tarnish the reputation of our immaculate judicial system, judicial burn. Your other option is parole. Just keep your head down, follow the rules, and you might be lucky enough to get out early. In fact, it could be as simple as the time of the day that the judge hears your case. A recent survey of parole shows that judges are more likely to grant parole after a snack break or coming back from lunch before they get too tired again. So bring a candy bar and hope for the best. But parole boards generally won't hear your case until you've served 2/3 of your sentence, and if they deny your parole, you're gonna have to wait at least 1.5 years to reapply. So what are your other options? Now, obviously, having help from the outside would be a huge asset, as they have access to all sorts of things that you can't get in prison. Of course, any plans you make will depend on what prison you're serving time in, as every prison is designed differently. Your accomplices from the outside can try sneaking stuff in, but with body scanners, constant camera surveillance, and full body cavity searches for inmates, it's tough to make that happen. That's why more and more contraband is coming in from the sky. In the last few years, there have been several cases where people have used remote-controlled drones to fly material over the walls of a prison and drop it safely inside. And if you're like French convict Pascal Payet, you might be thinking if it works to get contraband in, maybe it can get people out. Pascal and his associates have used helicopters to bust him and his friends out of prison 3 times. 3! Fool me once with a helicopter. Shame on me. But let's say that you don't have any friends on the outside with helicopter training. If you have no money or connections, it's time for you to get creative. Many prisoners will make weapons, everything from crudely crafted shivs to fake pistols made from cardboard and boot polish. Or you can take it to the next level and create a working shotgun, which actually happened in Germany in 1984. Once you got your weapon, you can try to threaten guards and take hostages, which has had mixed results in the past, but it certainly gains a lot of attention, which will make your escape more difficult. We here at Epic How To think it's best to be sneaky. Prisoners have come up with all sorts of makeshift tools to help their escape. An old vacuum motor can power a homemade drill, bed sheets can be tied together to make a rope, and in a famous Alcatraz escape led by Frank Morris, the prisoners glued raincoats together to make a raft, allowing them to paddle their way to freedom. And they were given an extra head start on the manhunt by leaving dummies of themselves in their cells, so the guards didn't realize that they had escaped until the next day. Side note, we don't know if they really got away. I mean, they probably died in the frigid waters of the San Francisco Bay, but it's more fun to think that they got away with it, huh? That brings me to our next point. Timing is everything. Since most prisons are overcrowded, most guards are overworked, so waiting for them to slip up can make all the difference in your escape, as they lack experience and don't know what to look for. Now, there are dozens of ways to try to escape, but if you're a smooth talker, what we recommend is to just walk away. No, really. Like this. While it may not be as exciting, most prison escapes involve simply walking out at precisely the right moment, or impersonating someone allowed to leave. In fact, in 2005, Charles Thompson managed to smuggle in a suit, and once he put it on, he claimed he was a visiting attorney and walked right out the front door. So a quick change into civilian clothing, and you're on your way. You made it out, but now you have to make sure you don't go right back in. The key here is to get as far as possible, as quickly as possible. Even during a national manhunt, most police searches will occur within a 250-mile radius of the prison. So get moving. Change your clothes, stick to large crowds where you're going to be tough to spot, and get out of the country as soon as you can. But if you're leaving the US, where should you go? Many countries have an extradition treaty with the US, stating if they catch a criminal in their country, they're going to send them back to America to serve their time. But take a look at this map. All the countries in gray have no such treaties, so you're going to want to go to one of those. Which one, you ask? Well, you could try Russia or China, superpowers that the US is not willing to mess with over one lowly prisoner, which is what you are. But why spend the rest of your life as a cold communist when you could live your life somewhere more relaxing, like the tropical paradise of Vanuatu? The island nation in the South Pacific has no extradition treaty, and over 80% of the population speaks English, so you can live out your days surfing and eating papaya without having to learn a new language, which is such a bore. Plus, no income tax, so you can enjoy more of your ill-gotten gains. Or regular gains. Again, no judgment here. Because there's almost no taxes, it's become a tax haven for corporations, meaning the islands have a surprising amount of global communications available. So you're going to be able to email your friends and, of course, watch this show. Wink. All right, that's it for this episode. Enjoy your freedom, but before you go, leave a comment down below telling us what topic you think we should tackle next. Until next time, this has been Epic How To. Let us know what topic you guys think we should break down next in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.